Hey guys, it's Tom. It's about 2:40 Eastern after Christmas, last week of the year, and Dennis Crowley is playing a game against Commissioner Ed Burrow here late in the regular season. I think Ed is 8-6. Dennis is 12-2. Struggling more than expected. And Dennis and I, with our schedules, STRAT games during the weekday, not against each other. I'm just saying some of our times that we schedule against people is, and Dennis likes to we like to exchange the game numbers. Sometimes we pop in and check out how the game is going. So Dennis sent me the game number shortly after he started this game against Ed. And I watched. I popped in and out for most of the first half. Then I saw Ed was leading 13 and 10-8 and 13-8 and 13-11. They're at the half now. I'm watching. I'm probably going to watch it to the second half anyway. They play pretty. They play very quickly, to be honest. So I figured I'd hop on for a little bonus coverage. And I just said that was okay, which is good. That's not the case, of course. I asked for permission, but I knew that Ed wouldn't care. So I'll give you one moment. They're going to start the second half. 13-11 San Francisco. Ed kind of needs this game. Otherwise, he might fall into the mini playoffs or out of it completely. Valley. I need to reposition myself, so I'm going to go mute for a moment. Well, maybe I won't adjust anything, so. So Dennis, he was 12-2. Ed's 8-6. Dennis has a pretty good team. But 12-2. He's had a brutal second half schedule, a light first half schedule. So that's a tremendous job by Dennis. And Michael Reeves is listening to the show. Hello, Michael. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. It's after Christmas. Say it right. I guess it depends on whether or not you've seen somebody. Like I saw you on like Christmas Eve and I said Merry Christmas. 29th, I shouldn't be saying Merry Christmas, I guess. But I didn't see you guys. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody. Any other holidays you might be celebrating? Ed's taking a little break here. He's going to get the ball. Dennis to get Russell Wilson and Mark Ingram. And here we go. The kick is down to the 8-yard line. Returned 21 yards by Khalif Raymond. I think he was on the Jets. These returners don't stick around very long in the NFL. They only dress 46 on game day, so you really need to be able to contribute as at least a backup on the field from scrimmage. Hard to keep a guy who's a specialist only. Linebacker Spencer Ware got the great card. And offensive left guard +5 +0. And that's a 5-yard pickup behind James Carpenter, another New York Jet. And a good one, former Seattle Seahawk first-round pick. I believe that usually has great run blocking, and this team is no exception. You see it's all 5s and 6s of the offensive line. The quarterback play has been an issue. Trevor Siemian and Carson Palmer, but it's mostly been Siemian. I played this team earlier this year. Left tackle right to Bilal Powell. Defense calls pass, 1 linebacker in zone, 2nd and 5 for Powell. So Ed's got Spencer Ware and Bilal Powell, 2 good rushing cards to work with. He's got Demaryius Thomas and Devontae Adams on the outside. Great Rob Gronkowski. We'll call him Gronk, at tight end. It was the second tight end, who's a 6, and he sees the field often. Goes blocking back or 2 tight end. Here in 3rd and 1, he goes with the 2 tight end. Dennis is in a 3-4. Defensive line against the pass, 4-4-6-5 at linebacker. The entire secondary is full of 5s. Maybe Dennis always embraced it, but I've been embracing the Jay Villing style a little bit. Just got a bunch of really good players and don't take too many chances at the free safety. Left tackle right for Bilal Powell. Run key on Trevor Siemian for Dennis. This is wrong on Powell's card as long as Ed doesn't get the dreaded 5. Instead, he pops a short gain on the Jet. Jet's in the short. 15 yards on a first down. It's into Seattle's territory. And that has to hurt Dennis. It's a simple right call. Would have been no gain for Powell. And Powell's got 3 carries for 22 yards here in the second half. We did not call the first half. Short pass to Devontae Adams. This is bonus coverage. If you're just tuning in, a la Michael Reeves, and dump off goes for a short gain, 11 yards from Siemian to Adams, 6. Dennis went for 2 after his first touchdown, trailing 10-0, and converted. That's why we have the unusual score of 13-11. Siemian 11 of 17. No interceptions. Spencer Ware 5 catches for 41 yards. Spencer Ware defense calls run. No linebackers in zone. Blocking back +5 or -1. It's a 1-yard loss. Backfield that time as the blocking back, which puts him up against the left outside 4. So Dennis has to pay attention to that. I should always pay a little attention to Gronk anyway. Dennis looking to hold Ed to a field goal at worst. Short pass to Demaryius Thomas. 3 men in zone. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Defender extra short gain. He beats the 5 for a first down. Sean Smith, I believe, the former Chief. And it's a 13-yard pickup. Siemian 12 of 18, 120. Off tackle left, Spencer Ware. No linebackers there. Defense calls pass. Good blocking. Good offensive card. Let's see what happens here. Nose tackle, +8 or +35. And Dominican Sue is a 6, knocked down to a 5 and a 3-4. It's an 8-yard pickup. Spencer Ware 12 for 97 and a 45-yard run. And has a good card, of course, here. 2nd and 2 for the Niners at the Seattle 16. Half, 10:30 to go. As they're working their way down the field, hopefully into the end zone for the Niners. Short pass to Demaryius Thomas, 3 men in zone. Dennis flooding flats, gets the rare 3 incomplete on the short pass average cards that we use in SOMIFA. Playoffs will be starting. The home team will get the good. And Dennis is actually, of course, fighting for our home field advantage. He's 12-2. There's 2 teams right behind him at 10-3. I'm one of them. Dennis in the regular season. So if we end up in a tie, I would get the tiebreaker. San Diego's the other team, but Dennis and I both defeated TJ this year. Tom Brady missing the first half against me with injury. Lost because I couldn't really stop him when he was in there. He's pretty good. 3rd and 2 for the Niners. At the Seattle 16. Blocking back one, head back, Bilal Powell. Short pass to Demaryius Thomas. Dennis run king. Powell on an all-out sellout. Hey. Receiver gets wrong, 11 yards and a first down. That was right or wrong. It would have been a dump-off, actually, opportunity. With a white tie 6, Dennis I don't think has on this, asterisks on this team. There's not a lot of them out there. First and goal for the Niners at the Seattle 5. Full house backfield for the commissioner. Spencer Ware and Bilal Powell with Gronk, the fullback. Short pass to Demaryius Thomas. Defense gets his pass. 4-minute zone. 12 is incomplete. See, there's that Simeon Carr looking a little ish, which is not good for your quarterback, but he's only got 3, 6, and 9 short pass right. That's 11. 7. That's 11 units. 3 units of must run provides some help. I don't think he's great at that category. He's all right. He's okay at it. So provides a little help there. Get you closer to 12.5 or what have you. And we have a second and goal from the 5 for the commissioner. Powell, defense calls run. 2 linebackers in the zone. I don't know what their run ratings are. And Powell gains only 1 yard, plunging straight ahead on his own card. But it would have been a touchdown. That's wrong. You see these wrong columns are good for Ed's running back. So he's got a very good offensive line. He's got an excellent offensive line. The third quarter. We're still in the opening possession. 8:42 to go. Ed leads 13-11. I think this would be fun to call. These guys playing quickly. We're in the second half already. It's a close game. A little bonus coverage. Third and goal for the 4. Ed going full house again. If I was Dennis, I'd probably pass. I'd call run. And I'd try to hold him short of the end zone that way. Linebacker Bilal Powell. Dennis calls pass, double teaming Spencer Ware. On an Ed's card, this will be a touchdown. He gets 9, 3 yards. The only thing besides the dreaded 5 that was not a touchdown. And we have 4th and goal from the 1. He's leading 13-11. You can try the gimme field goal to go up 16-11. And Dennis can take the lead with a touchdown. We can go for it and try to bring the hammer down. For it. Full house again. Spencer Ware and Bilal Powell. Dennis will run key someone here. I suspect, even though he's been off on the run keys since I've been watching. And linebacker Bilal Powell, then it's run key Spencer Ware. So unless it's a dreaded 5, it should be a touchdown for the commissioner. Center 5-0 touchdown as Alex Mack paves the way. Brown. And the commissioner goes up 19-11, and he's up by 8. Extra point put him up by 9. My doorbell rang, but I don't know who it was. I gotta be careful when I'm during the broadcasts. My computer, Dennis, was reading my email apparently. The Dungeons and Dragons starter set. It was for my niece for Christmas because she asked for it. The kick off 24-yard, but a little unnerving there. A little too big brothery. Maybe Dennis working too much in high tech. I don't know. But we got a 2011 game now. 1. Which would have been a touchdown no matter what Dennis did, as Alex Mack paved the way for Spencer Ware, Bilal Powell. I forget who scored already. And then it comes out 3 wide, 1 halfback. His offense sputtered. The first but if feel like it's not, I just Mark Ingram for the 3 wide, avoids the white die, gets a short gain, and Ingram was card for 19 yards on the first down, 16 carries, 78 yards for Ingram, including that 19-yarder. So you see, he has not done a lot in the first half by his own, the standards that Dennis has set this year with that card. Ingram having a tremendous season for Dennis. So he's gotten the ball a lot here in this game. There's already 6:18 to go. Dennis is going 3 wide as his base formation here. 5 pass right to CJ Uzoma against a linebacker 4. Linebacker zone +1 and +6 was merciful and allowed Uzoma to get the better gain, the 6 yards. 3rd and 2 for Seattle at the San Francisco 48. Dennis stays 3 wide here in 3rd and 2. Golden Tate's the 3rd receiver. I guess he likes to hit the flats here where these 4s are. And there's a nose tackle 4 in there right now. Mark Ingram gets the dreaded 5, guess wrong. means 1/3 of the time it's guessed right, but it was a 3, and Dennis is going to go for it without hesitation. 4th and 2 from the San Francisco 48, trailing 20-11. He goes 3 wide again. Boy, he's been throwing the flat against these 4s. You got multiple receivers covered by 4. Ingram's covered by 4. The outside linebacker 4s. Ed's been sitting home with the safety 6. To bring that safety up, I suspect. I don't think Dennis is going to throw a bomb here in this particular game. Linebacker walk Ingram. The Ed successfully run King. Card. It was a dreaded 5 anyway, but you got to tip your hat to Ed. Against a 3 wide, brings up the run key. Guys who are not hyper-aggressive moving guys around on defense, like Jay, and maybe Ed to an extent, or Zeb. I mean, they'll still do it, and they've been in a big spot. You showed us now. You run key and force Dennis to turn the ball over on downs. So now Dennis is up against it. Ed's got the ball at his own 49. Late third quarter, Ed leading 20-11. We'll tackle left for Spencer Ware. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Defensive end +2 or +9. If could not make the plays, the 9-yard gain. That type of game for Dennis, perhaps. Dennis has a tendency to sometimes not cause much run on defense. Team that runs the ball a lot, as he should. Dennis is a tremendous coach, 12 and 2. I'm just saying, we talk about little weaknesses we might have. One pass to Devontae Adams, defense double teaming elsewhere. Ball successful for a short gain. Ed's offensive line, I think, is like loaded with 7s, maybe 1-5. Yeah, they're all 7s except for the right guard. He is the 5-5. And they're all 5s and 6s. 5 tackles, 6-7. The rest are 5s, except for the tight end. And the second tight end when he goes to that formation. Ed's now down at Dennis is 25. 1st and 10, 3:36 to go in the third quarter. Defense double teaming elsewhere. One linebacker in zone. Center +4 +2. Alex Mack makes all the plays. 4-yard gain. Spencer Ware now 14 carries. Yards. 8 unfatigued carries. He does 0 fumbles, it says. But it says 0 fumbles. So Ed, of course, would love to punch this in and clinching the game in the third quarter, but you go up. Oh, he'll be up 2 scores and 2-point conversions. That's wrong, 9-yard gain. I mean, Ed likes to run the ball a lot. He has for the last couple of years, I've noticed. And if you're just going to guess pass and throw a linebacker up there and think you're going to stop him, you're probably not. You got to get a little more run than you do against most opponents. 1st and 10 for the Niners. They're at the Seattle 12. Gronkowski, defense double teaming elsewhere. Gronk covered by 4. Has not been getting the extra attention. Picked off 2 to 4, 11 and 12. Not picked off. Touchdown on a 5. Defensive 9 split. If Dennis had not double teamed, or if he had double teamed Gronk, he was double teaming elsewhere. Safety out of position. Trevor Siemian, clever Trevor, with his second touchdown pass of the day. It's 26-7 Niners. The extra point, 2 to 10 and 12, is up and good. Dennis needs 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions, and I wouldn't put it past him. He certainly is a guy you ever count out until he's out. He engineers many comebacks over the years, but his offense is struggling. And he's gone to the 3 wide to something more standard. The 2 tight end, 2 wide when running back. If I know Dennis, he's going to run some off tackles here with Ingram. Long gains or +60s. He's been hitting them this season. So he's going to feel like this is my bread and butter. And I think you'll see some of that. Maybe not off the bat. So we're running with Ingram. That's been the bread and butter for this offense. And we're right for Ingram. Defense gets the pass. 1 linebacker there. Gets 8 on the defense's card. -1. Ed had blitzed the linebacker in that zone. The only place he puts his linebacker. And that's where Dennis ran it. Instead of getting 12. Back to the position by Ed.
It's Jarrell Freeman is his middle linebacker, 65 for the Niners in the 4-3. There's an off tackle, Jordan Ingram. I told you Dennis is going to go to where his bread is buttered here. Late third quarter. And there it is, Snake Eyes, plus 75 for Mark Ingram. Turning the field away. He's tackled down at the 2-yard line. It's Julius Thomas. But I told it now, Ingram's got 20 carries, 151 yards. I told you Dennis is going to do that. Yeah, it's been working for more year. Why wouldn't you? If I clicked on this Ingram card, he's having a tremendous season for Dennis. Yards, 2 rushing average through 14 games. For those of you who are not Stratomatic fans going, my God, that's a lot of yards from Mark Ingram. Under the lack of fatigue rules or whatever, well, we know we play running back fatigue, but we don't play strict he's got to burn a time out of here because Julius Thomas got injured. He's the normal fullback. Dennis, I think, accepted his formation. Cancel. Accepted his formation. The full house. Julius Thomas injured. So Dennis got to burn a time out now. It brings up an interesting situation. I had this earlier in the year in a game against Tim. Dennis, don't do it again. Okay, there you go. Troy Nicholas. That if your only player at that position is injured, can you still call that formation? And apparently you can. Well, I'm not positive about that. Don't quote me on that. It's on the forum, and ask Ed about that via SOMIFA League rule. But we got first and goal, first from the 2 for the Seahawks. A 75-yard run by Mark Ingram. He goes full house. Ingram and Ivory, the running backs. Troy Nicholas there for show. 0. You can throw it to him. He's covered by 4. So I had to burn his second half timeout. The second half timeouts are very valuable because you many times you need them in the last 2 minutes. Seeing that Ed make a change to the league manager and said when the playoffs start, remind me. The fourth quarter game's already out. Linebacker Russell Wilson gets wrong. It's a touchdown at Wilson's card on a 4-5-yard run. Needed 2, so 27-17 now. Dennis going for 2. This is a big play as he tries to get within 1 score. If he gets a 2-point conversion, he's down by 8. Full house backfield. Defense goes 4-3 blitz. Slow receiver covered by 6. Uzoma covered by 5. Troy Nicholas covered by 4. Short pass to Julian Edelman. Defense calls run. 4-minute zone receiver is complete. Wilson to Edelman. And the Seahawks are right back in it. 27-19. They're down by 1 score. Kick goes deep into the end zone for Khalif Raymond, who will down that. The Niners take over first and 10th, their own 25. I've called a lot of Ed's games in the last few years. He's always in the playoffs, often going deep. A regular participant on SOMIFA Showcase, which is new last year. This year's been a little sputtering. Maybe I can get a full game in here. I should email some guys. Short pass. I've been focusing on SSFA. Short pass to Devontae Adams. Defense calls run. Gets wrong, 13 yards at a first down. It's got some good passing game with Demaryius Thomas and Devontae Adams in terms of possession. Adams actually has 2 units of long gain here, but mostly possession type of cards. Demaryius Thomas with the short passing. But yes, I'm paying attention to SSFA. So first and 10 for the Niners. At their own 30. Off tackle at the Spencer Way. Defense calls pass again. Dennis is just calling a run. Offensive onside guard +7/+2. James Carpenter's a 5. And wide dice 6. Only a 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8 for the Niners up at their own 40. Early 4th quarter. I suspect you might see a run call here from Dennis. I'd probably throw a flat pass if I was Ed. 2nd and 8. There's Thomas, even gets his pass, double teaming elsewhere. Dennis was blitzing, so flat pass would have had no men there. Through the 4. Picked off 2 to 5, 11 and 12, and Simeon's card is picked off on a 4. Seattle picks it off at their own 48, and it's being run back almost all the way. It is Sean Smith. Intercepts Trevor Simeon on the short pass right. It's been that kind of year for Ed and for Simeon. 52 yards for a touchdown. And Dennis is down by 2, 27-25. He can try to tie the game to the 2-point conversion. He's going to go for the 2-point conversion. Full house backfield. Defense goes 4-3 blitz. Ingram, Ivory, Nicholas are the backs. Dennis is a center 5. Guards are a 0. Could be a possible end run opportunity as Ed want to protect against those offensive tackle 5s. Dennis was just here a moment ago on the 75-yard Mark Ingram run. Corner from Wilson to Edelman. This is to tie the game. Early 4th quarter. Linebacker Chris Ivory. Defense gets the pass. 2 linebackers in zone. No 5 or blocking for his center. He's a short game. Ivory's card, so the conversion is good for 2 points. And just like that, I said you can't count on Dennis. It was 27-11, about 3 minutes ago on the game clock, and now it's tied at 27. The kick goes down to the 3. Benny Cunningham brings it up 28 yards to the 31. Dennis, but I should be rooting for Ed. It might help me with positioning. If I win the rest of my games, I only have 3 left, but it's exciting to see someone come back like that in such quick fashion. And, hey, Trevor Simeon, I don't know, Stratomatic. I say, Simeon's not that good. Let's make him throw a key interception here. I don't know. Defense calls pass. One linebacker there. We just picked up Simeon, so we can't complain. But there's short game for Spencer Ware, certainly about the defensive call. 18 yards. And he's got 16 carries for $130. 13-12 to go. Commissioner versus Crowley. 27-27. Ed up at his own 49. 8-6 Niners. Wants to make the proper playoffs by winning his final 2. Off tackle right to Spencer Ware. Defense calls pass. No linebackers there. Only a 2-yard gain this time at Ware's card. Right in between the short gains. What do guys used to call that in baseball, in the baseball tournaments? If you got something good in between, they call it like a field goal or something. If you look at the card, like 2 good readings and a bad one in the middle. I don't know. But 2nd down and 8 for Ed. 49. Spencer Ware 132 yards rushing on the game on 17 carries. I haven't seen a run call from Dennis in a while. It has to come up sooner or later. Or Ed will test him and say, I'll just keep running it then. Well, I mean, Dennis has been guessing pass and blitzing a couple of linebackers. One linebacker there. Again, Dennis blitzing. We should look for some flat passing from Ed. And he gets 3 yards on Ware's card again, right in between 6 and 8. He gets that 7 for 3 yards, and now we have a 3rd and 5. And he goes 3 wide, 1 halfback. A lot of guys like to go base formation, keep the run option open a little better as offensive line is so good. We would have been looking out for that run. I don't think I had a run here. Long pass Brian Quick being double teamed. I don't like that call by the commissioner. Dump off is still in play though. Double teamed is incomplete, of course, on Brian Quick. Would have been a long gain on right. So a timely double team by Dennis, to say the least. Punt from Dustin Colquitt is all with Tyreek Hill back. And that one will get out of bounds and away from the diminutive Kansas City Speedster. It's out of bounds to the 4-yard line. So we're 27-27, 11-24 to go. Game reset. This is some pretty good bonus coverage to do this. 1st and 10 for the Hawks at their own 4-yard line. The broadcast is going strong because Michael Reeves is listening. So I know everything's fine. goes 2 tight ends, 2 wides, 1 running back. Nicholas, the right tight end, CJ Uzoma the left. Off tackle left to Ingram. Defense gets his pass. Double teams elsewhere. Only a 1-yard gain from Ingram on his own card. They can't all be 75-yarders. 9 for the Hawks. 10:48 to go. Then it's 12-2, trying to get to 13-2. The last time I had a team that was 13-2 was many years ago. At least 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe with that SSFA team. Oh no, my SOMIFA team was 15-1 a couple years ago. So they were better than 13-2. Nice. Off tackle left for Rex Burkhead. Defense calls run. 8 to 10-yard gain on these 4-3 defensive cards. Burkhead is a bit of a wild card that Dennis mixes in there. He's got that sneaky card. Like plus 15 type of runs. But right, he doesn't do much. So you can't let him just run this card. Flat pass left to Rex Burkhead. Dennis calls and Wilson makes him pay for 11 yards. Down to Burkhead. A lot of people were liking him to do well up in New England. I don't think it's materialized that well for Stratomatic, for stats. I think it's been Dion Lewis and I think Gillisley in short yardage. On stats. I think I saw that Dion Lewis is 800 yards rushing. I think it'll be chunky by the look of it, though. Short pass to Marvin Jones. Defense double teaming elsewhere. 3-man long gain on box cards. Completion from Russell Wilson to Marvin Jones. And Jarrell Freeman, the middle linebacker, 6'5", on this 4-3 defense, gets injured in the same play. Ed's got to finish this game with 4-4-4 linebackers and a 4-3. Kinds of fluky big rolls here. Thank guys, plus 75 for Ingram. You got the interception return for a touchdown against Simeon. A 52-yard return for a touchdown on a short pass. And now a 12 box scores long in a short pass, 3 men. Deep third quarter through the mid fourth quarter. And Ed's got to be going, what's going on out there? What's going on out there? Second down at 6 for the Seahawks. Only 8:24 to go. They're at the San Francisco 27. Poised to take the lead. Off tackle left to Rex Burkhead. Defense calls pass. 1 linebacker there. Offensive tackle 3-0. Dwayne Brown, the NFL Seahawk down, makes the block. He's a 5'7", 3-yard gain. On the block in SSFA, according to Nathan's post. Close to being completed. Trading opens on Monday at an internet near you. 3rd and 3 for Seattle from the San Francisco 24. Two tight end, 2 wide, 1 running back. Then he's taking his time to play call. Mark Ingram in the backfield. He knows that Ed wants to stop Ingram. A pass. I think it was a short pass, maybe to Troy Nicholas. He's been throwing flat to Uzoma. So that's a possible double team target. I don't know what Dennis's kicker is like out here. I mean, Ed's playing a 4-3. He can only cover one of these flats. Maybe a flat pass to Ingram. Off tackle left to Ingram. Defense gets his pass and floods one zone. And it's 5 yards and a first down and Ingram's card. Guess wrong. And guess right. It would have had the key. Harder to do from a 4-3 with weak linebackers. With Jarrell Freeman out. It's defense, that linebacker 6 against the pass of the 4-3 who can slide to either side. Or you can just let him stay there and flood one flat with the free safety if you have weak linebackers. That's been removed. And Ed's going to have a tough time playing defense the rest of the game. Off tackle left for Rex Burkhead. Defense gets the pass. 1 linebacker in zone. But Dwayne Brown makes a block, even with the linebacker there. 4 yards. So it's 2nd down and 6 for the Hawks. Only 6:36 to go in this game. Second and 6 Seattle. As the San Francisco 15. Touchdown. Short pass Julian Edelman being double teamed. And it's incomplete on Wilson's card. Creating a 3rd down and 6 for Seattle at the San Francisco 15. Dennis goes 3 wide, 1 halfback. It's Tyreek Hill. pistol formation. So you got Marvin Jones, Julian Edelman, and Golden Tate as the receivers. You got Tyreek Hill in the backfield covered by a 4. 4 is almost covered by a 5. Marvin Jones covered by a 6. Looking past to Marvin Jones, defense double teaming elsewhere. The linebacker is only a 4, but it's defender +2 or +5. Josh Norman, the 6, makes the play. Robbie Gould comes out. 30-yard field goal attempt to try to make it a 30-27 lead to give Dennis his first lead. The kick is no good. It's good. It's blocked by the Niners. And will he try to return it? Doesn't. A blocked field goal attempt with 5:24 to go. All the luck Dennis had been having. The 2-10 field goal is blocked on a 12. Oh, those special teams. And Dennis says, are you kidding me? Quarter break. 27-27, 5:24 to go. The Niners take over. Oh, all the momentum was there. Dennis calls run this time with 2 linebackers in zone. Blocking back, +2 or no gain. Gronk makes the block. Second down and 8 for the Niners. Only 4:48 to go. We're tied at 27. The commissioner versus Crowley. The kids are off from school this week, I believe, in House Crowley. Dennis squeezing in the game. Off tackle left to Spencer Ware. Defense calls pass. No linebackers there. You got to stay with it sometimes. Wrong. I meant on defense. Nothing wrong with the wrong call twice in a row, perhaps. But Dennis did not pay there. And it's 3rd and 6. 2 yards. He got 20 carries, $139. Big third down here, to say the least. 3rd down and 6 for Ed at his own 30. 4:12 to go. Out of a single coverage before man in zone, he gets a 5. What can clever Trevor do? Ed wants a dump off, probably. Receiver gets right. Complete 16 yards for Adams. Nice catch. Simeon 17 of 27, 189, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And Kenny Vaccaro gets injured on the game. The former NFL first-round pick was the extra defensive back for Dennis, so will not affect his base offense. Just for 62 yards. 3:36 to go. We're tied at 27. Show pass to Devonta Adams. Defense calls run. And interception split gets wrong is only on a 2. Incomplete on a 7 anyway. 17 units of short pass completion. Guess wrong for Trevor Simeon. That is not good for a modern quarterback. You want to hit 20. And 19 is kind of like the lowest acceptable, I would say. And 18 is there for some decent quarterback. Short pass, Rob Gronkowski, single coverage again. On ground covered by the 4. 2nd down and 10. Defender extra short gain, 13 yards. Dennis has gone away. Now, I didn't watch a lot of the first half closely. But, you know, a lot of times you have a good receiver covered by a 4. Everyone knows you're going to double team him. But Dennis has not been double teaming him, but Ed's been a little shy about throwing to him anyway. But there he was not shy, and he was rewarded. Sometimes, you know, you got to double team that if he's the only receiver covered by a 4. I know he has other good receivers. Attention to make him not want to do that too often. Looking past the Bilal Powell. Defense against the pass, blitzes everyone. I've been looking for a flat pass. Dennis is blitzing every play. 7 yards with no men there. 2nd down and 3 for the commissioner at the Seattle 34. Only 2:42 to go now. This post-play action, the clock's going to get down to 2:06. Remember, Dennis only has 2 timeouts because he rushed into that full house with the Tyreek Hill at fullback play. So he had to burn a timeout earlier in the half. 2nd down and 3 for the Niners at the Seattle 34. Flat pass left for Anthony Fasano. There's a linebacker there. Defense calls pass. 9 yards on the first down. So it'll be the 2-minute warning at the Seattle 25. 27-27. Ryan Suckup is the kicker for Ed. This is turning into a great game. I'm watching from about 10-0. Was leading. Now it's 27-27. Dennis with the big comeback, but now Ed looking to weather the storm and get a hard-earned victory, one he sorely needs at 8-6. Playoffs proper and avoid the mini playoffs if there will even be one. There's a lot of teams with a good record this year, so I think we will have an extensive mini playoffs. Short bet to Devontae Adams. Play action for Simeon. Receiver gets wrong. A big 18-yard gain. A big 18-yard gain for Adams down to the San Francisco 7. His second timeout on defense. 1:52 to go. First and goal from the 7 for the Niners. Maybe we'll get Dennis off for a couple of minutes after this. I'm not certain. It's a regular season game, but maybe a few minutes of kibitzing. Excuse me. Can't clear my throat here. Powell, defense calls pass. Linebackers in zone. Right guard +4-0. That's going to be good. But when you are 5-5-5 on the interior of your offensive line, house, it's running the ball straight ahead down near the goal line is a pretty good option. Just the center and guard readings on the defense's card. If you think that's right, you're going to make some progress. Called his last time out there, 1:45 to goal, second and goal from the 3. You have to call run here. With Simeon, a quarterback and 4 men. Line up, allow Powell, successfully run keyed. Card. Excuse me. Was blocking back. +2-0. Gronk bumped up to a 5, makes the block. Charles Johnson, defensive end, gets injured on the play. And that would be third and goal for the 1 for the commissioner. Remember, he went for that 4th and goal from the 1 when he was already up 20 to 11 to make it 27-11. Whatever it was. No, he was 13-11. He was up. He went for it in 4th and 1 to make it 20-11 instead of 16-11. He needed those points. So we'll see what happens. If he ever misses, he has to try the field goal here because it's the last minute. But third and goal for the 1 for the commissioner. 1:15 to go. No timeouts left for the defense. Successfully run keyed again. Dennis needs it on Ed's card. Has to be 1-2-3. Gets it. 10 is a -2 on Powell by virtue of the run key. -1 gets right, but even so, good call by Dennis. And they got 4th and goal from the 3. 45 seconds left. Out for the field goal attempt. A 20-yarder to give Ed a 3-point lead. And Dennis will need a miracle a little bit so he can set up his own long field goal attempt. He does have Tyreek Hill. Touchdown on 2. Dennis going for the block. Here's a 20-yarder. Kick is up and good. Closer than an extra point is nowadays. And Ed's up 30-27, 37 seconds left. Dennis has no timeouts. The kick goes deep into the end zone for Cyrus the Virus Jones. He'll hold down it. And Dennis got the ball at his own 25. Seconds left, down by a field goal. Maybe this will be even too much for the great Russell Wilson, Dennis would tell you. And that's the kicker, only 2-3 from the 37. They got to target the 32 here. She needs 43 yards away. So you're looking for some long pass right action on Russell's card. I think he's going to double team the linebackers. I'm sure we'll see it in the dime. Looks like Dennis is staying base formation. Ed goes nickel. Come back here in the final 37 seconds. They'll fall to 12-3. Still a great record. Excellent shape to be one of the top 2 seeds, which is all you really need. Because if you're the number 2 seed, it's just as good as the, as far as home field advantage, there's no difference between the 1 seed and the 2 seed.
until the Super Bowl, which is neutral. And run right to Ingram. Defense gets his pass as a linebacker in zone. And blocking back +1 and -4. That is not the result Dennis was looking for. As Ingram loses 4 yards. Bounds. Throw a pass there. I don't know. You're in a lose type of situation. Would have been a must run. Now you can go hurry up offense or spike it. He spikes it. But a flat pass there, no man. That would have been a 20-yard gain. 45. And he got out of bounds on the he did not get out of bounds, I think. But you throw a flat pass from around 25, probably not. In that situation, 37 seconds, no timeouts. Spot to get 43 yards. 3rd and 14. Now Dennis goes 3 wide, 1 halfback pistol formation. Defense is dime 3-2-6. Short or long pass here. Do it again. You feel so it feels so futile when you're coaching on offense in this situation. The guy's in the dime, and you're like your own 20, and you need a touchdown or something. But he needs 47 yards. You got maybe 2 plays to do it. It's like, yeah, whatever. Let me click a guy and see what happens. Long pass, Tyreek Hill. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Does a 2-man zone. Dennis needs his own card or receiver reading. Gets a 5 long gain on Russell Wilson. Complete for 41 yards towards field goal range. Oh, my goodness. 7 units of completion on Russell Wilson's card. Dennis wishes he had the first down play call back. San Fran 38. It doesn't look like it's giving him time to he will spike it with 8 seconds left, which is crazy. That means if he can get 6 yards here, 2nd and 10 for Dennis at the San Francisco 38. Dennis needs to get at least 6 yards and get out of bounds, right? And then he can try a reasonable field goal to tie the game and go to overtime. I didn't eat lunch yet, Dennis. What's going on here? I'm very hungry. And I have things to do. They might go to overtime. So I guess I need to root for the defense here. So I can eat my lunch more quickly. 2nd down and 10 for the Seahawks at the San Fran 38. Dennis goes 4 wide. Marvin Jones, Tyreek Hill, Julian Edelman. That's a nice collection of receivers there. Mark Ingram, the running back. Maybe an M-run Russell Wilson. This was vintage Russell Wilson. You might see an M-run, try to get out of bounds, but the pass is good because if it's incomplete, at least you have another chance. So you're going to go short pass or flat pass. Probably you can't go flat pass, I don't think. Closer. You get the on the variable, but you want to try to get at least those 6 or 7 yards. If you complete a short pass here out of bounds, attempt to tie the game. And if it's incomplete, you get one more play. Yeah, I mean, you have to get, you can't control if the guy gets out of bounds. It's 50-50. Time. How about a short pass Marvin Jones? You got good yardage on the card. Let's see. Edelman over here, maybe as in a double team, maybe throw a flat pass at that linebacker 4. A flat pass Mark Ingram with both outside linebackers. Ed's not going to do that. He's a little conservative. I think he lets the linebackers stay home. I'm thinking too. I'm thinking that I'd like to have some lunch. So let's get a sack. I'm just teasing. Poor Dennis. Dennis is thinking. Now I know how he feels when John Madden and I were coaching against each other. John Madden, but the SOMIFA John Madden. Same name, but this guy is a dentist. Taking our time in a playoff game last year with the play calling. That's when we're killing them. They're killing me, Whitey. They're killing me. That's from NFL Films. Actually, Dennis has to call a play. As reluctant as he may be to do so, apparently. Gotta throw a short pass here, Dennis. Gotta throw a short pass. Short to Ingram. That might work. Flat pass right to Edelman. There's a linebacker 4 there. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Dennis sees at least 6 yards and to get out of bounds. Here. He gets 5 yards and gets out of bounds. And now it's the 33. It's a 2-3 on Gould for this distance, but the variable would bump him up to something much better than that. Or a lucky kick. That's why I don't like the flat pass call. That was a first down at Wilson. Short pass right. Wrong and double teamed. It's up and it's good. Dennis gets a variable. Oh, my aching stomach. Because I'm hungry. Dennis gets a variable positive, pushing Gould into 2-10 range. Rolls a 10 to overtime. Oh, my stars and garters. Ed says he needs a 2-minute break. I think he needs to go kick the water cooler. You got to be kidding me. Oh, wow. 30-30 overtime. Bonus coverage indeed. Have my assistant get my lunch ready. I'm going to yell down to her. Mute this one moment. Hopefully I don't miss the game-winning play. Hold on. Okay, there we go. 30-30. 30 for 30. Don't give me a tie game here, Dennis. I thought I'd pop in for a little 20-minute, bonus coverage. Away we go. And we get a barn burner isn't the word. All the barns are burning in this game. I can't believe that. Dennis hits a long pass right with like 30 seconds left, no timeouts. 41 yards, gets him to the 38 after he lost 4 yards on first down. Like 58 seconds left. Gets to get out of bounds and get hopefully at least 6 yards to get into good field goal range. He gets out of bounds with a flat pass, but only gets 5. Whereas guys only 2-3. So he needs really the positive variable, otherwise a lucky roll. Variable hits a field goal, 2-10 there. And Ed's like, what am I going to do to win a game here? I mean, everything was going fine. Wow, 30-30. Got the variable. Dennis is just like here. Well, Dennis taking his time now. It's a good thing I don't have things to do, like arrange for tickets and other stuff to go see Star Wars, which I'm supposed to be doing. These guys are playing fast, a little 25 minutes, second half. It's been like, I think, an hour and 12. That was like an hour and with all the drama and tension.
the game slows down, I think. When you get into a tight game in the fourth quarter. And it really slows down when you're waiting for overtime, and Dennis has disappeared. There he is. He's back. The Lord of House Crowley. And Dennis gets the kickoff, and it goes deep in the end zone for Cyrus the Virus, who downs it. And Seattle will have it at their own 25 via the modern kickoff touchback rules. Not on a punt, though. Punt to the 20, kick over the 25. Explain that to someone just learning football. There's no reason for a punt touchback to be the 20. The kickoffs are trying to reduce the number of kickoffs, whatever. So, off tackle right for Rex Burkhead. Defense calls pass. We're in overtime. Pops a 6, 15 yards for Burkhead. Who has 5 carries, 36 yards. Mark Ingram is fatigued. So you do need some running back depth. The number 2 back has got plus 15 and 16 and 6 and 7. Some positive yards elsewhere. Gets wrong. He's not going to guess right. Looking past Marvin Jones. Defense guesses run. 8-yard completion. It feels like a playoff game. 2nd and 2 now. Now Ed's without Jarrell Freeman. Injury. So, but now he's got 4-4-4s out there. And he's trying to stop Crowley in overtime. Not an easy task. 2nd and 2, Ingram checks back in despite the fatigue. Probably fatigue level 1, which would lose him 1 yard, I believe, on his own card. Defense gets his pass. Safety 6 comes up. I think that's Eric Weddle. Receiver gets right, 4 yards and a first down. For Seattle at the San Fran 48. Modern overtime rules, of course. Game. Otherwise, anything else, the other team will get a possession. Looking past Rex Burkhead, being successfully double-teamed at 1st and 10. Teamed incomplete. Would have been incomplete right or wrong, but you feel good about it anyway. Puts something else in the other guy's head. You like to keep the guy off balance. Anything that, look, the more you can guess him correctly, obviously, the more it starts to mess with him. 2nd down and 10, Seattle at the San Fran 48. Short pass, Julian Edelman covered by 4. Must run, Russell gains 2 at the San Fran 46. I can picture him faking the throw down the field and then sliding. And suddenly it's 3rd and 8 for the Hawks. We're off to a good start on this drive. The clutch play from Russell the Muscle here. It'll be interesting here. Dennis gets like 6 yards. Well, no. If he gets 5 yards, 4th and 3 at the San Fran 41, I think he would punt it. Even Dennis. I don't know. Dennis is very aggressive going for it. If he gets to like the 40, he's going to go for it. He's going to tell himself, I punted, it's a touchback. If Ed scores, I lose. Back 3rd and 8. Defense goes dime 2-3, 2-6. No shotgun here. She might see Dennis do a run. Clear for Dennis. I know he's fond of that type of maneuver, but Burkhead's card maybe not as great. Looking past Burkhead, you knew he was going to bring a guy. Brought up to safety 6. Receiver gets right. 18 yards on a receiver gets right for Rex Burkhead on a 3. I promise you, Dennis has not hit that this entire season. Week 15. I mean, Burkhead doesn't play that often. Flat pass right, 3, 18 yards. Wow. Wow, what a result. But safety 6 in the zone is a white die 6. Off tackle, Rex Burkhead. Offensive onside guard, 5-0. No gain, Joey Evans. Dennis has got the tic-tac-toe looking offensive line there. 0-5. Left to right. 0's the guard. 2nd and 10 for the Hawks. At the San Fran 28. Touchdown wins the game. Burkhead. Defense calls run. 10 of Burkhead's called is only a 1-yard gain. 3rd and 9. Robbie Gould should be plenty warm. On the sideline. Just kicked a big 50-yarder to tie this game up in the last play of regulation. Russell Wilson, 37-second drive to get the Hawks down to the San Fran 33. Dennis not punished by his kicker's relatively weak leg, only 2 to 3 from 33 to 37 because he got the positive variable. Ed choosing a defensive formation. Two tights, two wides, one running back for the offense. Nickel 3-3-5 for the defense. No linebackers there. A running play seems almost likely, but you can't really call it run here. Maybe just to help with the containment. Weddle, I think, is a 66. Maybe an off tackle right for Dennis. Should be the call here. Then again, there's probably not much pass rush, so there it is. Off tackle right for Rex Burkhead. No linebackers behind, only one linebacker behind. Offensive onside end +7 and +2. Only a 2-yard gain. Troy Nicholas and Robbie Gould are going to have a 42-yard attempt to give Dennis the lead in overtime. Defense going for the block. It's good on a 4. 42-yard field goal is good. Dennis leads 33-30 in overtime. So Ed's field goal or die is what you're looking at here. Kick goes 1 yard deep for Khalif Raymond. I'm sure he'll down it. I don't think he's that great. He downs it. At his own 25. 9:36 to go in the overtime, but all that matters here, this possession. Ed trails 33-30. This will be a maddening defeat for Ed if he lost it and fell to 8-7. In jeopardy of missing the playoffs, or, we're having to play a mini playoff game, which does not consider to be the playoffs. So you got to get in there and you got to win one. And if you're 8-7, you got to get to 9-7 first. So big drive for Ed. This team is, this team's underachieved a little bit. It's a good team. No one would be eager to play this team in the playoffs, coached by Ed. I'll tell you, 9-7 and have to win a mini playoff game to get in there. So Ed needs a field goal to tie, touchdown to win. Halfback defense goes nickel 3-3-5, which you can do anytime in the fourth quarter overtime. 2 unfatigued carries for Spencer Ware. Everyone and their brother knows that Dennis wants to put the guy in this run. Long pass to Marius Thomas, single coverage. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Covered by 5. Can Clever Trevor get the job done? Receiver gets right, +26. First down for Ed at the Seattle 49. And with 1 man, that was incomplete. Dennis went for the double-double. I was double teaming elsewhere. He's in my lunch. First down and 10. Put everybody up in the air. I had 2 taps. Good. Smells good, but I can't eat because I'm talking. And Ed goes right back to it. One pass to Marius Thomas again. Again, single coverage with no one back there. Receiver gets right. 55 yards. Touchdown to Marius Thomas. I cannot believe it. God. Oh, my goodness. What a game, folks. Hey. Only thing Dennis could have done there was double team Thomas. But, wow. Dennis types in great game, exclamation point. Ed just says good game. That was a tremendous game. Unfortunately, I'm so hungry. I need to leave the broadcast. But 2-play, 75-yard drive in overtime from Trevor Simeon to Demarius Thomas, their NFL teammates, to give Ed the victory in overtime. It looked like Ed was going to win in regulation. Ed was rolling. All of a sudden, Dennis got red hot, down 16 late third quarter. A +75 snake eyes run from Mark Ingram. Had a 52-yard interception return for a touchdown on a short pass. Had a had third, had the long gain short pass box cross to Marvin Jones. And that still and ties the game. And that still comes back with a a field goal drive with 37 seconds left. Palmer was in there in overtime. I did not realize. The bench. My phone rings. I need to run. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. Take a message. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. I need to run. What a game. It speaks for itself. Yeah. Need to run. Adios.